But still, this is my five mess ups. Roar! Six Flags St. Louis, the amusement park in Eureka, Missouri, that is my home park. There's been a lot of speculation of them getting a new coaster, and there's been a lot of ideas of what it could be. So today I'm going to look through all the possibilities, say what I think is the most likely, and what I would want the most. So this is the next coaster coming to Six Flags St. Louis. Now this park has been in quite a coaster drought the last couple of years, having their last new coaster be a relocated boomerang from Six Flags Over Texas in 2013. And I honestly don't really count that as a new coaster addition since it was relocated and it was just a boomerang, so that means the last original new coaster that we got was in 2008 with American Thunder. That is an extremely long time to go without a coaster. And it really makes you wonder how people at Michigan's Adventure feel. But the reason I decided to make this video is because there's a sign outside of Tidal Wave saying that it will be closed for good. And that opens up a huge area of land for a new coaster or a new ride addition to go in that spot. So if you look in this picture here, without Tidal Wave there, that frees up a whole bunch of space. And I think they're even allowed to go back into the woods, like behind Screaming Eagle and stuff too. I'm not positive though. But getting into the ideas for rides that could go here, this is like a perfect amount of space for an RMC Raptor. Even if it's a clone of the one at Fiesta, Texas, or California's Great America, I think it would still be a standout ride in the park. Although it is a short ride, the amount of airtime and just fast-paced ride experience would be a very, very good fit for the park. Also, it's a very affordable ride, which would be good for Six Flags St. Louis. Another coaster that's a candidate for this spot in Six Flags St. Louis would be a SNS 4D free spin. Six Flags loved these, and they put them in like every single one of their parks the last couple of years. But they started to slow down, and it seems like they weren't really installing them much anymore. So I'm not really sure if that's a possibility here. I hope not, because I would rather a better coaster than that, but hey, coaster's a coaster. Also, this, just like the Raptor, is a very affordable coaster. Another option that I don't see too likely, but I'll talk about it just because, hey, anything could happen, is the brand new SNS Access coaster. The reason Six Flags St. Louis could be getting this is because the ride model that they show here has a pretty small footprint, so it would fit where Tidal Wave is now. Also, I believe they're not too incredibly expensive. And it would give Six Flags St. Louis a brand new, unique ride that no one has experienced before. And it would give enthusiasts and people all over the world a reason to come to Six Flags St. Louis. Keeping in the theme of small footprint, not incredibly expensive coasters, we have a Gerstlauer Eurofighter coaster. Just like the other rides on this list, it is a very affordable ride for Six Flags St. Louis, and it could easily fit where Tidal Wave is. And I think it would be very popular because the general public will find a vertical lift hill and a beyond vertical drop pretty intimidating, and everyone would want to get on it. The problem is Six Flags hasn't worked with Gerstlauer since 2012 when they built Daredevil Dive. So who knows if they will build a Eurofighter for Six Flags St. Louis. Another option would be that the boss gets the RMC treatment, which I honestly don't really see this happening, but I'm going to talk about it anyway. I really don't think this is going to happen because if they RMC it, it's going to shorten the length a lot, maybe. And Six Flags St. Louis takes great pride in how long this ride is, and I'm not really sure if they would want to do that, especially with all the other options they have with the free space where Tidal Wave is. I don't think this will happen anytime soon. Maybe in like 10 years. But another option that could happen is that the boss gets a GCI retract. Now, if RMC redid it, it would become steel and it would completely change the layout. But if GCI retract it, it would still obviously be a wooden coaster. It would be smooth, and I believe it would be more enjoyable. They did this to Ghost Rider at Knott's Berry Farm, and GCI has stated that they would retract another ride if they had to. And although RMC Boss would be a much better, more intense, airtime-filled ride, I think a GCI Boss would be a good ride and keep it pretty similar to what it is now, with just making minor improvements. Also, another reason this is a possibility is because GCI was the one who retracked the helix on the Boss before. So that shows that Six Flags is looking to GCI to make improvements to this ride. Another option could be a Acoma Space Warp, similar to Formula at Energylandia. Acoma seems to be a really good company now, and there hasn't been any new Acomas installed in the US yet. These rides are also small footprint, very cheap rides that are very affordable to Six Flags St. Louis, and they look extremely fun. This could be a standout coaster in the park, and it would go right where Tidal Wave was, and it would sit right in between the other two Acomas in the park. The reason I think this model would work pretty well is because, as I said before, there's none in the US, so that means it would attract guests to the park to go and ride this coaster. So that's going to do it for the video, and real quick, let's just look at the end results and see what are some of the possibilities we have. An RMC Raptor, where Tidal Wave was. An SNS 40 Free Spin, where Tidal Wave was. An SNS Access, where Tidal Wave was. A Gerstlauer Eurofighter, where Tidal Wave was. RMC or GCI Boss. And a Acoma Space Warp, where Tidal Wave was. So there you have it. All the possibilities that I think Six Flags St. Louis could be receiving here in the near future. And I forgot to specify an exact year of when I think these will open. And I think we're going to get a new coaster in 2021, no matter what. No matter what it is, we're 100% getting a new coaster in 2021. This has been Coaster Tice, and always remember, when in doubt, just drop kick a stick across the yard. Wait, that wasn't the